Hello there, YouTube. We are back with some more matchplay commentary for y'all. I'm joined by the Brother Bear, the Highwayman himself, TJ. We are finally back on the matchplay commentary grind. It's, been a little bit since we've had some matchplay up for you guys. The holiday season came up and just life got busy for all of us. But we're back. We've got some matches that were recorded over at Dean's Dugout, which is the local card shop that we go to every Sunday for Digi. Pop off at about 12:30, located in Naperville, Illinois. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, want to check us out, want to check the shop out, please feel free to do so. And in this particular matchup, we've got a Hyper Colosseum showdown with TJ playing Diaboromon on the left, going up against Rio playing his 7 Great Demon Lords build on the right. Should be an exciting matchup. Both decks I think are pretty popular right now. I think Diaboro's always just a fan favorite. And 7 Great Demon Lords is sort of the feature deck, besides, Masty that we got in EX-06. So definitely an exciting matchup. I'm looking forward to it. A couple things before we hop into the round itself. If you do like our content, you like what you see, please do consider hitting that like and subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. And last but not least, do feel free to check out our socials, which are linked down in the video description below. It includes our Twitter, our Discord, our Instagram, all of that good stuff. So yeah, hopefully we see you guys there. And without further ado, let's hop right into this bad boy.
Rio's sleeves look so nice.
Both of y'all sleeves look real nice.
I got the Ukiora sleeves. The Ukiora sleeves, they match the deck box. So we start off. My hand's okay. I had the BT 5 Caramon that I was able to go to in the back, and then just hard play one, just get some search going. Apologies for the glare on the memory marker. The Sinobali memory marker is beautiful, and I wanted to use it, but I didn't realize that where we were at in the light there, we were gonna have some kind of nasty glare. But it shouldn't be too bad. I think
pretty
we don't
good
ever
start
really
for
put
both of you guys.
there.
You're getting some search in. Rio did the same with the Lucy drop. You do swing and hit a Biting Crush.
Yep. If they're name a more iconic duo than me swinging and first check hitting Biting Crush.
So Rio pops the unsuspended Kara, so gets out of a second swing from you. And he did pitch a Bielsa to keep it in the battle area. Then you drop an Errata just to choke to 1.
Lucamon gets cleared, so he's able to tuck the Bielsamon under his gate. The Biting Crush being there, honestly, it's so rough for me early. Yeah. Because I am very much a deck that wants to play things by effects, so it's tough. So he drops an EX-06 Lucamon. Gives me a load of memory, and I opt to delete my Caramon so that I don't get burned one and he doesn't recover one. Didn't want that to happen. I do find a BT 2 Caramon. BT 2 Caramon. Yeah. I go into that in the back. Go into a BT 2 Kurosari. And I just play another training. And I'm just kind of setting up right now. I'm trying to find things. I grab a Raiji Ludomon. Raiji Ludo is honestly such a good tech for the deck. I do reveal 3 off of that Kara. I'm able to grab 1 unidentified and 1 tamer. I do misplay here. It should not go bottom of deck. It should go to trash. That might happen a couple of times this match, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. I never see those cards anyways, and I would have had unidentified stuff in trash regardless. But as a note, that is something that I was doing that I need to make sure that I don't do, because my brain was just autopilot to bottom deck things.
So Rio tucks the Lucy and then just plays a 7 cluster to wipe your board.
Yeah. He does not have a Demon Lord to tuck, at least. There's nothing for him to play right now, which is good for me. I am just going Diaboro in the EX-06 Inframon in the back. Play another Errata, and at this point, I am trying to find Diaboromon. I'm not finding him, but I am trying. So I just end up passing. I didn't have a good way of putting him at less memory. Without just playing something for 5 or 7. So I opted not to do that.
Alright, so Rio is not reducing by a decent amount here, so he's able to play out a Belfi sleep mode, and then just straight up Digivolves over it with a Ruin mode.
Yeah. So I did draw a Searcher Caramon, but I can't really do anything. I'm at 5 memory, so I'm just sort of considering. I do go up 2 memory because of the Errata. Yeah.
That's just
So
like you said, the Caramon you can't even play him out right now because
I can't even search. Yeah. So I just end up hard dropping an Infer, just to try and put something on board, and then I just pay 2, put the Raiji under it. So for anyone curious about the Raiji tech, so Raiji says from hand, main, you can go ahead and pay 2 memory to go ahead and play. I'm explaining it to Rio right now. To place this card under one of your Digimon with Legend Arms and its traits, or level 5 Black Digimon. Or sorry, just level 5 Digimon in general. Sorry. As its bottom Digivolution card, and then until the end of your opponent's turn, one of the Digimon gains start of your main phase. This Digimon attacks. So his rune mode has to attack, but he opts to just go ahead and use the start of main for the. I mean, it wouldn't matter. You have to resolve all the start of main effects first, so his attack wouldn't have gone through, because attacking is the last thing that happens. But anyways, yeah. So it pops. There's another -5k to my board for a turn. And then he just ends up playing a Levia to clear me.
And plays out a Blanc to pitch and draw 2.
Yeah. And yeah, I just I still can't find Diaboro. So I just
there. You just pass turn by just popping a body out there.
Yeah, and I just play Kurosari. He gains the memory anyways, but at least this way he doesn't go to 4. He's at 2. Jeez. And I didn't need the Kurosari in hand. He plays a Lucamon, pops on my Tamers, plays out with the Demon Lord's option to tuck another source. And at this point, like, he's cooking. He does not have a Gudo in trash, which is like my one saving grace right now. But I need to find a Diaboromon. But I'm still -5k on the board, so I can't really do much. I draw an Armageddon, I think, there, which is just tough.
Search again, and still not finding him. But you do end up picking up, it looks like, the level 4. And you do decide to Evo into it, passing over to 1.
Yeah. I opted to do that just to choke to 1. I'm just trying at this point to just like get some search, get some draw going. I think I bottom decked again off of playing that Kara too, which is again another misplay on my part. But like I said, it won't matter. I don't get that far down into the deck that it would matter. So
we play a Bielsa, which will on-play Digivolve 1, I believe, correct?
Correct. Or I did well. No, it on-play it trashes 4 and then Digivolves 2.
Digivolves 2 and then has Rush.
Yes,
Swing, hits a Diaboro, and then plays out a Porcupa.
Yeah, so I go 4 off of the errata.
Play out another.
Play an errata. Yeah, I'm still just not seeing Diaboromon. And for anyone wondering, I run 4 EX-06 and 2 aces. Like, I'm not running like irregular values for level 6s. I'm just not finding it at all. So I just dropped the Kurosari, put him over to 4. My mindset was like, well, I can set up with I have this out here, and like if I'm able to make like a neat Diaboro play, maybe I can pop off with like a Chimera play or something like that. But it dies. He just plays Rivals and pops it just to clear my board. He's just doing a really good job of controlling my board whenever I put something out there. And at this point, I'm just considering what I need to do. Because I know that he has a Gudo and trash now after the Bielsamon.
Right.
So, like, and I lose next turn, basically. So I push up my stack. I'm thinking about how to do this. I'm at 7 memory, so I have plenty of memory to get some stuff done. But I don't have the Russian heritable. I have the memory gain, which is good, but it doesn't really matter when a Gudo's about to hit the board.
Right.
I was just way too slow, and I couldn't find a Diaboro, so I couldn't get any of my engine rolling at all.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you saw a Diaboro, that I think would have changed a lot.
Like, I was good turns ago.
Yeah.
Again, I bottom deck it. Should go to trash. Apologies. I go ahead. I pay the 2 memory to tuck the Raiji under the Infer. I training Evo into the Diaboro for 1. Diaboro effect will play out a token. I'm able to gain a memory, draw 1. And I just sequence this all correctly. So I pay out a token, gain a memory, draw 1. Errata, play a token, gain a memory, draw 1. So I go back up to 4 memory. But I don't have Rush. I have plenty of things on board to keep Ogudo from just straight up winning the game off of popping me. But Rio at this point goes ahead and uses the Biting Crush. and then we'll pop highest and pop lowest. So he'll pop a token and then just pops Kara just to gain the 2 memory back, because he knows that I can just shed a protection for my my EX-06 Diaboro.
Right.
And at this point, I'm just kind of there's not much I can do.
I mean, it's also like one of those things too. I remember, I think we had probably talked about this before, but you know, with 7 Great Demon Lords, how essentially it's like faster Royal Knights.
It's so
it's really scary how much damage this deck can do. Not just from an aggression standpoint. Purple has a lot of toolboxy stuff that it can do to like board people, as Rio has shown.
Yeah. The memory gain there, by the way, was from my egg, the Dory, which when one of my other Digimon with blocker is deleted, I gain a memory. So I went ahead and we resolved that because I almost missed it. And then, yeah. So I mean, realistically, I probably should have just we should have just said go game 2. But I was like, well, you know, he's gonna burn me for 5. And then, you know, then do it, or he'll pop 5 bodies on my board, because my Diaboro will live, and then he'll burn me for 2, and then do a check. But my brain wasn't thinking. I forgot that the Levia and the Belfamon Rage Mode sandboard. That's the thing. If they set up a good enough board the turn before they go into a Gudo, it could be really nasty, because the Gudo's not the only thing you have to worry about. You have to worry about whatever other Demon Lords were played out before that, because they'll still just be there chilling.
Right.
So clears my board. I use my Raiji effect to protect my Diaboro. He burns 2. I'm just looking at security, or just looking at my trash to see what was in there. Checks 1. There's another Diaboro in there, and then yeah, I just like, okay, let's go next. 2 of my Diaboromon were in security, so that's part of my issue.
But yeah, no, I mean, Demon Lords is crazy good.
Yeah, it is definitely. The deck is just so, it's so oppressive, man. It's so strong. Like, I see a lot of people saying, like, yeah, deck's okay. You know, it can do all right.
I do think it does take a good pilot.
It's fine.
Rio has definitely, like, grinded the crap out of this deck.
Oh, I agree. For sure.
Because, you know, the decks only can go so far as the pilot most of the time. But I think definitely with how toolboxy it is, you definitely need someone who knows, like, what effects, how to sequence things, what to, like, anticipate.
Yeah.
And when you do have a good pilot, it's really, really strong.
Because you're just on a clock. I mean, there's ways that you can try and like gimp them. Like if you can keep their gate from popping anything on their board, then they won't be able to tuck anything unless they're using the option. So there's ways to do that, but they have so much control with what they play that it's like, it's hard. Like really the only deck that like really just doesn't care about what they do is Magna, because Magna can just control board really well with options.
Yeah. And
just keeps on checking and doesn't care about what you set up. Or Magna X rather, sorry, to be more clear. But you know, I honestly think the deck's like, I don't know, I guess like in terms of how we do our tier lists, it's a contender. I don't think it's meta defining, but I think it's a contender.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's definitely the best like gimmick deck we have right now for sure.
All right, so plays an option out for 4, goes out, tucks the Levia underneath, and passes over. You're not finding a rookie, it seems. It plays out an errata.
Yep. No rookies.
Plays
a BLs.
Mills 4. God, BLs is also just so good for this deck.
Yeah, he almost bends his rage mode. And does hit a Rival's Barrage. I just end up playing a Cursari for 5, choking to 1. I'm just like, okay, well, if it stays on the board, maybe I can do something. But unfortunately, I need to wake up to reality. So I'm just double checking, like reading through BLs and stuff, because I realize I haven't really read the card that closely. But pretty much all the Demon Lords outside of Lilith and Lucamon Chaos mode, well, the Demon Lords from EX-06 outside of Lilith and Lucamon Chaos mode do have the same alternates effect where when they would leave the battle area, other than by battle, you can go ahead and tuck a Demon Lord from your trash under your gate.
Jeez, BLs and Creepy is just so good.
Yep. So it sets that up, it clears my Kursari, and it's just chilling. I finally find a rookie, so I'm like, all right, let me set up in the back real quick. I go ahead, I go into a BT2 Kursari, I go into a Raiji, because I'm just like, I just need to build this stack. And then I'm just debating and how I want to pass turn. I go ahead and just play a BT2 Caramon. just to get a body on board so I can maybe have just the extra chip I need if I'm able to kind of be a little bit more explosive this next turn.
Alright, so he's able to slot Beals X. I believe it was Creepy and the Lucy Chaos mode underneath.
Yeah.
Reducing by a good 12 now, if I'm not mistaken. And then is able to play Creepy to pop your guy. Mills another 3. Plays a Mist.
Because Creepy...
more.
Creepy mills number of cards equal to the level of the Digimon it deleted. So, does hit the Agudo, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I lose next turn. So I have to win. It basically is like, it's just all, because I finally get my stack going. I have a Diaboro.
Yeah.
And he just perfectly found the mill for the Agudo. And it's like, well, if I had like 2 turns, I could really set up and like get kind of crazy with it. Unless he had a Ruin mode, which he might have, but I know he trashed it earlier, I believe. So I'm like, I was feeling pretty confident. I play the tokens. I go up to 6 memory. The Kara Inheritable is pretty tough, but it is what it is. At this point, I'm realizing I probably should have just pushed up the stack earlier just to try and like get some chip maybe. But
yeah, it's hard though, because like you said, like you are put on a timer, but I almost feel like sometimes it's very. You can't really anticipate it, correct? Right? Because like they have to just get the Agudo in trash unless you physically see that Agudo like placed. You know, they kind of just have to mill out of it. And Rio just obviously milled a lot, right, with his Creepy and his BL's plays too. Yeah,
so I was kind of stuck. I had the Raijin Inheritable to protect my Diaboro, but it doesn't really matter. Rio's able to just go ahead, do the whole thing. The fact that Agudo doesn't care if they're a Digimon card, the fact that he just tucks a thing with 7 Great Demon Lords and traits is so disgusting. It's so gross, because then you just get access to all these options that have the freaking trait, and it gets crazy, man. But Rio, like, you know, aside from me getting bodied, because I'm sure everyone can see how this is about to end. Like, it's crazy, man. Rio pilots it super well. Outside of me breaking, you know, I knew how this match ended, obviously. I just wanted us to kind of go through it because I think it shows how Demon Lords functions and how they can still be very quick, even with having an Yggdrasil in their eggs. Unfortunately, we did not get to see the Mega Zoo version of the deck when Yggdrasil gets hit. I've had it happen to me twice playing Rio, because I've played against Rio a fair bit with his deck now, so he's played it a lot. He's very well practiced. And it's terrifying. It's honestly a scarier version of the deck, because when they start just reducing everything by 12 and constantly, and their board's not getting cleared every time, it's hard.
Yeah,
the game gets really scary without just having all these big level 6 Digimon with these like crazy effects that can just punish you for playing the game.
For sure. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this matchup. As TJ said, very good showcase of what 7 Great Demon Lords can do in this set. So feel free to let us know what you think in the comment section down below. As we stated before, you know, do check out our socials, linked in the video description below, as well as if you liked what you saw, you know, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And hopefully we catch you on that next video. Bye bye.